What's up, guys? NBA talk, and want to talk a little bit more on the LeBron James Cavaliers situation. You guys probably up to date by now. I talked about it yesterday in my last video. It's been a talk all day long in the sports world, NBA news, ESPN and all. It's really getting me frustrated a little bit on LeBron here. The team is in a slump, for sure. Is in a very bad slump. They've lost to the Warriors, who could be their possible finals opponent, very likely. They lost to them badly. They lost to the Spurs, who is a possible opponent for them too. They lost to other several teams, and they lost to the New Orleans Pelicans, which sparked this controversy in the first place with LeBron James giving his 2 cents on the team's outlook. Um, he wants changes. He wants another playmaker. They just got Kyle Korver, an all-star. They got Kyle Korver, an all-star, and they can't seem to be able to use him at all. They got all these shooters. They got all these overpaid players. LeBron James is frustrating me because I'm just really looking at the team in general, not for his benefit at all. I'm looking for the team's benefit. You have so many overpaid players. You have Tristan Thompson, 80 million. You have J.R. Smith, 80 million. You have Iman Shumpert, 40 million. You have Kevin Love with 100 million. And then of course, you have LeBron James with his 100 million as well. And damn, man, it's like you're asking Griffin, the general manager, so much. So much. How many people do you have like you actually use them? You got Mike Dunleavy, you got that guy, you traded him in the off season and you guys barely used him. Or maybe you could say that he didn't show up at all. Give or take. Last year you had Mo Williams, you barely used him after the first month and that's it. Um you didn't often appreciate Deladova that much because if you did, you would have signed him back. But you didn't do that though. LeBron James wants a playmaker. Well, your team needs to learn how to pass the ball. Keep in mind, LeBron James seems to be the only guy that can pass the ball. How about teaching the team how to pass the ball better? Do that extra pass. Do what the Spurs have been doing to you guys, doing to LeBron James' team for several years now. Because it was the same situation with the Miami Heat and the Spurs in 2014. They were passing the ball very, very well. The Spurs. They were playing good defense. The Spurs. They were shooting the three ball. The Spurs. Does that sound familiar? Does that look familiar somehow? Is that the Spurs today or the Golden State Warriors today? The Golden State Warriors are a great three-point shooting team. Of course, having the great three best shooters in the game right now. Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant. Also other shooters as well. They are an impressive defensive team when they want to, especially at the three ball. At the three ball. Not so much on the inside. They pass the ball greatly. They are number one in assists. And this is where I get into it. They're number one in assists with 31 assists a game. They pass the ball, especially in transition. The Cavaliers are 18th in assists. By God, that's bad. That is bad. This is pretty much Spurs 2.0, even though the Spurs are doing just as good as well. Um, you need to teach this team how to pass the damn ball. It's fun enough. You gotta pass the ball, LeBron James. You have to learn. You have to teach these guys. You're a leader, right? You can't expect the organization to fix every problem that you have. Like you have to do what you have right here. And even if you win the chip this year, if you get someone like Mario Chalmers or what to say, Jaron Jack that I've been hearing, excuse me, Rajon Rondo, which I don't think that's going to be a good fit. How are you going to keep them? How are you going to keep these guys for years to come? You're strapped because they did exactly what you wanted. They signed these overpaid guys, um, and that's pretty much it to say. Like, you have Channing Frye, you have Richard Jefferson, you have Iman Shumpert, who is improved as a 3 point shooter. Like, what are you asking for, man? You have Kyle Korver now. You can't even use him right because Kyle Korver came from a team, the Atlanta Hawks, who are currently seventh in assists. They passed the ball freely. It didn't matter who scored the ball as long as someone scored. As long as someone scored, the ball is going to be in their hands. It's going to be a free guy open. It's like it has to be LeBron James to make the assist. What about Kyrie Irving? Teach this guy how to pass the ball better. Make elevate these guys better. Because every time LeBron James leaves the court, they don't know what to do. They just fall off almost completely off. They're not even a good defensive team. They're down where my New York Knicks are, and we suck on defense. And we're identical to you guys. It's excuses, man. And I don't want to go this way, but he's starting to look like a crybaby. And I'm not the person to just jump on the bandwagon of haters who have dogged him for years, but it's really looking that way. You're really looking like a crybaby right now, and that's not looking good at all. Jesus, man. Like that's it for me, man. Leave your comments below. Like this is my take. They need to pass the ball better. They after this, I say right after All Star break, they need to kick it to over gear and do the heavy work because I know the Spurs are going to do that because they always do that after All Star break. The Warriors are good. Well, they still need to work on the inside game, which is a weakness that you can exploit. You can do that, but you need to improve on the areas that you're weak against. The assist, the defense, the transitioning, defending the three ball. Use the inside game, which LeBron James you should be excelling, and Kyrie Irving too. So that's it. Leave your comments. Peace.